the victim of a pretty cool senior prank thanks to Trevor Olson that left him naked and embarrassed in front of the entire senior class. 20 years later, Trevor is still just as big of a bully as ever, but Robbie Weirdicht, now CIA agent Bob Stone, certainly has changed, and he doesn't like bullies.
Good God, you're dumb. Dumber than ever, I guess.
At their high school reunion, Bob finally gets 2 decades of pent-up revenge on his old nemesis with a simple punch to the face.
Still a scared little bitch. I don't like bullies.
This is followed by a speech about what it means to be the true hero of your own story, and a cathartic twist on the prank Trevor pulled on him.
And it's realizing that in life, the most important thing that you can be is yourself.
Number 12, Flash Fight, Spider-Man. When we're introduced to Flash Thompson in the first Spider-Man film, he seemed like the type of guy who would make life difficult for many fellow students. Peter Parker, on the other hand, seemed like the type of guy that the strong-willed could walk all over with ease.
I think you're pretty funny, don't you, Freak? Just breaking your teeth, that's the action.
There is a hint of an inner fortitude in puny Peter, however. With the bite of a radioactive spider, the power balance is reversed. Though Peter may not have been entirely comfortable with the unfamiliar outcome, we sure were.
Peter, it's amazing.
Number 11, Sid, Toy Story.
Oh no.
Sid is vicious. Every toy in the neighborhood knows that if you get lost in Sid's yard, you never return. So when Sid gets his hands on Buzz, Woody pulls out all the stops to save him from being destroyed. In perhaps the most memorable scene in the movie, Woody teams up with Sid's misfit toys that come to life. They emerge from the sandbox and the muddy puddles in his backyard to scare the 10-year-old straight. They don't just save Buzz, they make sure Sid never hurts another toy again. Number 10, Bud Beaten by Grass, 3 o'clock high.
You and me, we're gonna have a fight today after school. 3 o'clock in the parking lot.
Buddy Revell is the type of person that makes you want to cross the street instead of having to walk by him.
Why don't I give you a little help?
When Jerry, a fellow
Knocked out the
student,
principal.
is assigned by the school paper
Why
to
you
question
knocked
him,
out the
he
principal?
arouses Buddy's ire.
What do you
and
do?
wins a date with his fists.
Yeah. It's your turn.
Jerry's destruction is seemingly set for the end of the school day. After choosing to pay him off, Jerry receives a sincere and severe insult that inspires him to not only stand up for himself, but also challenge the beast to a fight. Aided by brass knuckles, Jerry knocks his massive adversary out and wins the day.
Shut up.
Number 9, The Sick Stick, Kick-Ass 2.
Get a cell phone? Gonna call for help with a comeback? Actually,
It's hard to imagine a girl who can
Kick-Ass
kill a
2.
man with his own finger feeling vulnerable. But after Brooke and her crew pretend to be Mindy's friends and then ditch her in the woods, Mindy is shaken.
newsflash, you're not special. With the queen bee and you're gonna get stung.
Taking some advice from her Robin, Mindy beats them at their own game. These mean girls may wear a pretty popular and pristine costume, but one touch from the Sick Stick and all that ugliness they have on the inside upchucks right out. Everyone dreams about getting the ultimate revenge on a bully. Well, this scene has everything you could possibly want. An epic speech, public humiliation, and the perfect soundtrack.
I don't want to win. I just want to make the world a better place.
Number 8, Prom Pyrotechnics, Carrie.
You eat.
Carrie White is an innocent soul who has spent her life under the thumb of everyone around her, whether it's the supposed cool kids or her possessive mother.
Any blood for payments, red and blood. Tell us a story 16.
Beset by her maturing body and dastardly peers, she's set up to feel accepted until the moment it's all pulled away from her. Fueled by telekinetic powers and an anger that only a lifetime of abuse can foster, she then unleashes hell upon prom, and particularly those who trespassed against her. Number 7. Rock War. It.
Where are you off to, Tits?
When Henry Bowers and his crew of bullies are beating up on the homeschooled kid Mike, the Losers Club shows up and evens the battlefield. Just as Henry's about to bludgeon Mike with a rock, Beverly bludgeons Henry first. This action incites a full-on rock war that sends the bullies running away like a bunch of cowards. The shocked and pained look on Henry Bowers' face as the losers pummel them is the ultimate vindication. The losers are the winners here.
Don't blow your dad, you bullet-wearing asshole!
Number 6. Ralphie's Revenge, A Christmas Story. A Christmas Story does a delightful job of capturing the wonder and whimsy of childhood. It isn't afraid to address the darker, colder moments of youth either, though.
Listen, jerk. When I tell you to come, you better come.
Ralphie is one of the most beloved characters in film history. So the neighborhood bullies that frighten him and his friends make us both uncomfortable and angry. When our little man loses his cool and mercilessly pounds Scud, all the while spouting profanity, the relief we feel is incredibly powerful. Number 5. Gordy's Gun, Stand By Me.
You guys have two choices. You either leave quietly, or you take the body. Or you stay, we beat the shit out of you. We take the body.
Kiefer Sutherland may have gone on to play one of the greatest TV heroes of all time in 24, but he plays a very different sort of character here.
This is your last chance. What do you say, kid?
Looking like evil incarnate, Ace Merrill would be terrifying even to grown men, yet he spends his time contending with a foursome of young friends.
You have to kill me, Ace.
No problem.
Young Gordy, played by nerd icon Will Wheaton, is the farthest thing from fearsome, which is why it's so satisfying when he pulls a gun and stands up for himself and his friends in this scene from the coming-of-age drama. But kids, please do not try this at home.
You're not taking. Nobody's taking.
Number 4. Share Revenge, Moonlight.
I can't be enough for little. How much you need, little?
Don't call me that.
All right, Terrell, that's it. Hey, yo, what you gonna do?
The only way to really deal with a bully is to stand up to them. After the school bully Terrell gets Chirone's best friend Kevin to beat him up, Chirone takes a four-pronged stance with the help of a chair. Chirone walks into class with a sense of purpose, picks up an empty chair, and smashes him over the head with it. Simple, yet effective. What makes this scene so memorable is that it comes completely out of left field, with no warning and no build-up. Number 3, Bar Fight, Kingsman: The Secret Service.
You think you can chat shit about us and we won't do nothing just because our governor's banging X's mum? Pretty much.
Manners maketh man. When Eggsy finds himself in trouble with his neighborhood thugs, his new friend and mentor Harry steps in and attempts to teach them this very important lesson. But the thugs persist, and Harry challenges them to a fight.
Manners maketh man.
To their and Eggsy's surprise, he takes out all of them with the most unlikely of weapons, his trusty umbrella. Each new trick that the umbrella possesses, such as its bulletproof quality and stun gun setting, make the fight even more epic. The scene is so epic that the movie calls back to it in a mid-credits scene, where Eggsy gives the exact same thugs a second lesson in manners.
Gonna stand around here all day? Or are we gonna fight?
2, Beaten Biff, Back to the Future.
Hello? Hello? Anybody home? Think McFly?
The villain of Back to the Future, Biff Tannen seems like a typical bully that comes from a long line of bullies.
Buford Tannen was a notorious gunman whose short temper and a tendency to drool earned him the nickname Mad Dog.
Spending his days threatening others with violence and extorting schoolwork, the only thing that makes him stand out is how entertaining he is at first sight.
So why don't you make like a tree and get out of here?
Then we watch Biff interact with Lorraine Baines and recognize that he will stop at nothing to get what he wants.
You know you want me to give it to you.
Shut your filthy mouth. I'm not that kind of girl.
Well, maybe you are and you just don't know it yet.
In the other corner, there's the weak and scared George McFly that couldn't hurt, well, a fly. In the end, however, Marty's father turns it all around and knocks Biff out in a single blow. For us, there is almost nothing better.
Are you okay?
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1, the final fight with Daniel and Johnny, the Karate Kid. To keep Daniel from being relentlessly and continuously beaten up by Johnny Lawrence of Cobra Kai, Mr. Miyagi makes a deal that the two will fight once and for all at the upcoming karate tournament.
No, you want to learn karate? Well, here's your first lesson. How to take a fall. Think about that.
Though Mr. Miyagi is a skilled teacher, Daniel is the least experienced student at the tournament, yet fights his way all the way to the finals to face Johnny. Overcoming intimidation tactics and cheap shots, Daniel wins the match with the legendary crane kick. In the end, Johnny is changed by the experience. Daniel doesn't just beat him, he earns his respect. Which scene featuring tormentors from the last decade resonated with you? Let us know in the comments below.
You know what? Someday I just might grow out of that, but you will never stop being a jerk.
Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips from Watch Mojo, and be sure to...
There's just too many steps to finding a therapist. It takes 5 minutes. They're probably all booked. Meet a great one tomorrow. Can't. I'm walking.
Startling story out of Michigan. Prosecutors accusing a mother of catfishing and harassing her own daughter.
Welcome to Watch Mojo. And today we're counting down our picks for the infamous times harassers and tormentors of folk were served delightful consequences for their actions.
Nauseating allegations and now criminal charges against a freshman who admits to contaminating her roommate's personal belongings.
Number 10, bad Christmas presents. If you need something that restores your faith in humanity, then we present you with the actions of these bystanders. In 2014, McLeish Christmas Benham showcased his terrible behavior at the Dallas-Fort Worth International Airport.
Soon after the video starts, he quickly comes up to a man in a pink shirt and appears to be harassing him.
The intoxicated traveler got into an argument with staff, then turned his ire to other people as they tried to calm him down. The recorded footage happened after Benham already punched one person.
Those standing around move closer and closer, watching carefully, seemingly ready just in case.
Now, after uttering homophobic slurs to a guy simply because he was wearing a pink top, Benham kicked him below the belt. Immediately, a group of men descended and restrained the attacker until the cops slapped the cuffs on.
DFW Airport Police managed to get the man in handcuffs and took him out of the terminal.
Benham was fined $474 for his awful actions. Number 9, coffee can. Some toxic people believe that they can do whatever they want without consequences. But no, after working with the franchise Costa Coffee from 2007, working her way up to area manager, Sharon Kane's career suddenly ended in 2022 after a disciplinary hearing ruled against her. However, Kane didn't believe this was fair and took her former employers to a tribunal to claim compensation. As a result, her dirty laundry was aired publicly. A host of accusations came out about Kane, including browbeating staff, causing emotional harm, and openly belittling workers. In 2023, the court dismissed Kane's claims, ending her hope of a final payday. Number 8, the e-commerce con. There's probably not a worse seller in the eyeglasses game than Vitaly Borker.
While his customers tremble, Borker seems to revel in vindictiveness.
Not once, not twice, but 3 times he has been arrested on charges related to his company's Decor My Eyes, Optics Fast, and Eyeglasses Depot. Borker would be rude to customers whose online complaints ironically caused traffic to his sites to increase.
Customers
for me
who pay for
wearing
repairs,
hats.
for example, might find their frames
I
have been
was trying
returned
not to wear
with
hats so much.
obscenities etched into the lenses.
As such, his behavior got worse as he made threats, harassed, and scammed clients who complained about the product. In 2012, Borker was sentenced to 4 years. In 2018, he was sentenced to 2 years in jail for breaking his parole by setting up a new company and going back to his terrible ways.
It was only up for a matter of minutes. She put up there the name Vitaly Borker, and she put, he's at it again. Look up Decor My Eyes.
In 2022, Borker was back in cuffs after committing fraud and identity theft with another new company. He's currently awaiting sentencing after pleading guilty. Number 7, teaching badly. Teachers are meant to help students who are being harassed, not encourage the terrible behavior. Unfortunately, Adrena Smith was not a typical educator.
24-year-old Adrena Smith offered to pay 5 students $5 each to tackle their classmate.
While working as a substitute physical education teacher at North Caddo Elementary Middle School in Vivian, Louisiana, she offered 5 students $5 each to attack one of their classmates. After some of them took the offer and beat their fellow students, Smith was recorded congratulating them.
Deputies say video shows Smith appearing to congratulate the students who participated.
She also didn't help the beaten student as they lay on the ground, instead remaining seated in the bleachers. Unsurprisingly, in 2022, Smith was arrested for her terrible actions and was charged with several counts.
She's charged with contributing to the delinquency of juveniles and malfeasance in office. Investigators say more.
Supposed to stop their harassment.
She was also fired from the Caddo
Stop
Parish
the
School
bullying.
District. Number 6, rich justice. In recent years, there have been several reports about Amazon's iffy working conditions.
According to the Washington Post, the group says 160 workers left the Air Hub mid-shift yesterday over low wages and concerns regarding heat safety.
And not many had it as bad as Michael Kopp at their fulfillment center in San Bernardino, California. For 4 years, he was tormented by coworkers who targeted his developmental disorders. He was called vile slurs and belittled regularly. When Kopp complained to higher-ups, nothing happened. After he fell ill from stress in 2020, Amazon bosses refused to acknowledge his doctor's note and told him to go back to work.
We want safety, no retaliation! We want safety, no retaliation!
So Kopp left, and he was later fired. In 2023, after issuing a lawsuit against his former employers, a jury awarded Kopp $1.2 million for the emotional distress he had experienced. Number 5, TikTok tirade. In 2023, influencer Jackie LaBonita was trying to take a video at a Houston Astros game. Instead, she captured 2 wannabe cast members of Mean Girls, showcasing vile behavior.
Watch my confidence disappear after these random girls make fun of me for taking pics.
On top of flipping the bird and barely hiding it, they gave her dirty looks, recorded her on their phone while yelling lame and loudly criticized her to each other.
I can literally hear the whole convo. Realizing they are talking about me, feeling super self-conscious.
Unfortunately for them, the internet was livid. Even celebrities like Cardi B showed their displeasure. People discovered the identities of the 2 women and doxed their details. This forced the 2 to make a TikTok video explaining their actions, which didn't go down well.
Just be considerate of who's in the background. Like, girl, we could see ourselves more than you could in your own picture.
Not long after, La Bonita met up with the women, and they apologized for their behavior. Number 4, the baseball beast. After playing baseball professionally, Jim Foster moved into coaching the sport at several colleges and academies. In 2022, he joined Northwestern University as the head baseball coach for the Northwestern Wildcats.
Just 3 days after firing head football coach Pat Fitzgerald, Northwestern dismissed that another coach, this time head baseball coach Jim Foster, after just 1 season on the job.
Yet just over a year later, Foster's career came to an abrupt end. Over his time in charge, various coaches resigned and at least 15 players entered the transfer portal, all to escape Foster's hazing and tormenting methods.
It's not even like in a correction way. Like, he's not trying to help. He's not trying to correct things. He's just like disrespecting people and speaking to them as.
For 87 years, Blue Cross has been the name people have trusted through all their memorable moments.
Detroit-style pizza that isn't square. Now, that's a joke. Ketchup on a coney?
Them as like lessers, and that was like shocking to me.
He was accused of intimidating injured players so much that others hid their injuries from him. After an investigation by the college's HR department, which was criticized for its long length, Foster was fired.
Like, it shouldn't have taken these allegations in the media for it to get out for him to be fired, just on principle of.
However, 3 former employers issued a lawsuit against Northwestern for receiving negative consequences after reporting Foster's deeds. Number 3, motorbike menace. Professional racers and mechanics should have a harmonious relationship, but that certainly wasn't the case for motorcycle rider Tom Booth Amos and his unidentified Italian mechanic.
We knew all the time that we had the video. We were just kind of kept to keep quiet.
In 2022, footage of what happened at the 2019 Thailand Grand Prix for the Moto3 World Championship rocked the industry. As Booth Amos walked with his team, one of the mechanics suddenly exploded in rage and kicked the racer multiple times.
Simple.
The racer came forward and said he retired from the Thai race after a mechanic failure on his bike, which seemingly upset the worker at the time. Booth Amos was also told not to say anything about it. Once the story got out, the vicious mechanic was fired from his role at Sterile Garda Max Racing Team.
It was a tough year, let's say. It wasn't easy at all. A lot of things went on, and you know, we were paying a lot of money to be there.
I don't like bullies. I don't like bullies either.
So yeah, it just spiraled out.
I don't like bullies.
Number
Not
2,
one bit.
Mother Monster. In 2021, a teenage girl who studied at Beale City Public Schools
when I have a wife and kids, hey, you gotta learn how to stand up for yourself.
Them as well as a friend.
When mommy and daddy can't go up to the school, we can't do anything about it. But hey, you getting bullied, we're gonna do something about it. We're gonna be good parents and do something about it.
You know? The terrible mom and catfisher, who had worked as a basketball coach at her daughter's school, had manipulated her location to make it seem like another student was responsible.
Police say Lakari used software to hide her location and used several different numbers and area codes to appear to be other Beale City students sending the messages. Then Lakari herself helped her daughter report it to police.
And like, hey, doesn't matter if I have kids one day, doesn't matter I have a wife, kids one day, or I reunited with my own sisters. Like, hey, you gotta stand up for yourself. Like, you know, because people in this world can be mean to you, cruel to you, and like, hey, if you think you're friends with the mean girls, you're not friends with them. Like, they only pretending to be your friend. Because mean girls, they only care about themselves. The most popular girl of them all, she only care about herself. Amen. What's up, Aaron? And all I have to say is, you know, that's how it is. Because really, that's how people are. And then, one day they're going to treat their karma like, and they did it to the wrong person. That's an ass whooping of a lifetime.
Reportedly, there were hundreds of pages of abusive messages. In 2023, Lakari, as part of a deal, pleaded guilty to some of the charges. She was sentenced to jail for between 19 months and 5 years.
Lakari was sentenced 19 months to 5 years behind bars after pleading guilty to 2 counts of stalking a minor.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell.
Like, why you catfish? Why you bullied and catfish your own daughter? I
And to
don't.
get notified about our latest videos, you have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications.
Number 1, Roommate from Hell. After Chanel Rowe joined the University of Hartford in Connecticut, she was placed in a room with Brianna Brochu.
Disturbing allegations against 18-year-old college student Brianna Brochu, reportedly bragging on social media that she secretly mistreated her African-American roommate, Chanel Jazzy Rowe.
The two apparently had issues, but it wasn't until Rowe moved out that she discovered the extent of her roommate's animosity. When Brochu bragged about her actions on Instagram, she stated she smeared Rowe's stuff in bodily fluid and moldy food and referred to Rowe as Jamaican Barbie.
That's disgusting. I can't fathom how Jazzy Chanel could feel right now. I cannot.
As well as being arrested, Brochu was also expelled from the uni. In 2018, Brochu entered an accelerated rehabilitation program, escaping criminal charges on her record in exchange for 2 years of probation and 200 hours of community service.
The former University of Hartford student faced protesters and cameras as she left the courthouse.
The judge added that Brochu would be punished enough after people, such as employers, look her up online. Which film harasser sticks in your mind as...
Hey, nowadays you gotta stick up for yourself. Like, you know. Don't let these people push you around and stuff.
I am talking, and I'm not.
Like, you know, if they tell you, like your own friends tell you, don't bring your phone, don't bring nothing. If they drove you to in the woods in the middle of the night, I was you, I'd bring an extra phone just in case. Like, hey, if they plan to leave you, have a phone with you. If you know your way home, and like, hey, and they told you not to bring a wallet, always have a backup wallet. Like, hey, have a backup wallet. Like, you know, bring your wallet. And they said don't bring it, bring it. Hey, you can probably get an Uber out there. I don't know. And then, you know, you'll probably have to take an Uber to a gas station just to buy snacks and drinks. But hey, you know, bullies get what they deserve. Like, they just need a good lesson in life. Because nowadays, kids go to school, they get bullied by other people. They get bullied by other kids. Oh, after that, and if the school's not doing anything about it, you're probably wondering why so many young kids commit suicide nowadays. Like, the school's not doing anything, but your parents are. But the only thing the school is doing is protecting those kids from getting kicked out of the school. Like, you know, if you ever had a kid, if you ever had a wife and kid, and y'all moved out of town, y'all moved to Cincinnati, Ohio, you know, y'all go to this school, all these kids harass, you know, taking advantage of you, and then, oh, you realize, son, they're taking advantage of you. Like, hey, daughter, like, they taking advantage of you. Like, the thing is, hey, that's all there is to it. I wouldn't say that much.
Welcome to Ms. Mojo. And today we're counting down our picks for the top 20 TV bullies who got what they deserved.
But here's the rub. You lose, they win.
For this list, we'll be looking at the most satisfying times TV ruffians got a taste of sweet, sweet revenge. Heads up, we'll only be looking at playground rivals here, not full-on evil villains. What other TV jerks are in need of some karma? Tattle in the comments down below.